Welcome to Dancing in the Kitchen, a cooking show with a twist. On this show, we nourish ourselves inside and out through healthy food, music, fun, dance, and joyful community. And today, we are talking about sourdough bread making and fermentation. Fermentation is this very ancient practice that humans have engaged in, and it's a beautiful connection with nature. Long before there was instant yeast, long before refrigerators, our ancestors fermented foods to make it more bioavailable, to make them last through the winter season. And while it's very trendy these days, it's really ancestral. So I love bringing this back into our culture and our awareness in the kitchen and into our skill set, because it's something that we've lost connection with. And there's something so beautiful about fermentation, because it's this relationship with the microbes, with the ecosystem in the body, and with all the unseen forces in the environment that facilitate transformation and that require a slowing down. I am so excited to have Caprice Crebar here. I'm so glad to meet you. First of all, we've known each other online for a while, so it's a pleasure to have you here.
It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Caprice Crebar is a health and wellness leader and master certified health coach who helps people transform their lives and get healthier through lifestyle practices and healthy habits. Through her coaching and workshops, she teaches practical, easy to follow lifestyle skills and strategies that support gut health and create more vibrancy and effervescence in life. I look at you and I just feel the word effervescence.
Thank you.
Because you're really living that bubbly fermentation.
True. I've never been told that before, but I'll take it.
Yeah, why not, right? And you're also the founder and CEO of an incredible women's networking organization. Will you tell us about that? What's it called?
HeartLink Network Women.
Fantastic.
We've been around for 17 years. This last 3 years, we've designed it to be expanded. So we've got a membership. We have chapter directorships open to expand nationwide. And it's all about creating community for entrepreneurial women to grow together, to rise together. So we're helping, through my health coaching, we're helping people rise their bread. And through HeartLink Network Women, we help women rise. We call it collective prosperity.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. So what are we going to do today? This is one of your specialties, is sourdough bread making.
Yes.
And I love all the metaphors that come with it.
And thank you for the wonderful description of fermentation on the front end. So as part of my other business, which is called The Joy of Wealth, WELLTH. Yes. So with The Joy of Wealth, I love to inspire healthy living and teach those skills, like you said, that really help people create food in their kitchen. Any type of healthy behavior that they can add into their lifestyle is going to create a healthier human being. So in The Joy of Wealth, I like to do workshops. I've been doing workshops for many years just to gather people in community to do something fun that supports their health. And so I've done things in the past like label reading workshops and salad in a jar workshops. And then a couple years ago, sourdough, like you said, ancestral,
yes,
it started to pick up some popularity in the general public. And so I started doing those to help people who are concerned about gut health. A lot of us, I don't know about you, but I know it affected me. I started to get real sensitive to bread with a lot of bloating as a result of eating it. So I wanted to learn more about why that was and find a way to still be able to eat bread without that gut distress that I was experiencing. And once I learned how to do it, I was like, this is a great class to teach. And we have had 200 plus people come through our workshops in the last little over a year to learn how to make sourdough and incorporate that into their healthy lifestyle.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay, so in the classes, I teach people from the very start, first of all, what is a starter?
Okay.
Have you heard about a starter?
I have.
Okay. So a starter is simply flour and water. And this is the beauty of making your own sourdough bread. It consists of 3 ingredients: flour, water, and salt. If you compare that to a loaf of bread that you buy at the grocery store, you will read a long list of artificial ingredients. And if you're buying some brands of sourdough that aren't in the bakery, even the bakery isn't as good as what you make at home, but some of the sourdough loaves that you buy off the shelf are even artificially flavored. So the sour tang of sourdough is artificial. So we really want to make sure, just like I'm sure many of your classes have taught people, that the ingredient list needs to be really short.
Yes. And
it has to be things that you understand, not a bunch of words that you don't, because that means it's pure. So when the water and the flour are combined, the water activates the wild yeast that's natural in flour, and the lactic acid bacteria that's also natural in flour. It comes from the wheat. So when that happens, it's like an ecosystem on its own. And when that happens, the wild yeast starts eating the sugars in the flour.
Okay.
So that's how it ends up rising. So what we're going to do is first we're going to do 12. Can you pour in 12 ounces of water into this? We can see it right here.
Oh.
We're going to do 350 grams actually.
350 grams.
You're almost there. Almost there. Go. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So pour that into your bowl, and then I'm going to do the same thing.
All right.
So 350 grams of water is about a cup and a half. So now I'm going to pour that in. Now what we're going to do is we want to put in about 100 grams of starter. It takes about 4 to 6 hours when you feed your starter, a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio in feeding.
Okay.
And so this morning I fed this 1 part starter, 1 part water, and 1 part flour. Mixed it up. It should be like a really thick pancake batter. So you'll know, as you start doing this more and more, you'll get to know the texture where you know it's exactly right. So in 4 to 6 hours with that feeding ratio, it doubles.
It doubles.
Okay, so this is a really good starter.
Is that what the rubber band indicates?
Yes,
that
that's
it
what I use the rubber band for. To put it when I feed it. Yes, then you can see it. You can see how it rose.
Wow. All
yeah.
right.
So you can see all the bubbles in here. So that's showing really good activity.
Fantastic.
Okay, and it's also peaked. I timed it so it would be peaked. Peak is a nice, smooth, rounded top.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're not going to measure perfectly. It doesn't really matter. If you put a little bit more starter, it just means it's going to ferment faster. A little bit less, it'll be a little slower. Okay. So we're just going to estimate. This is about probably about 100 grams right here. So just pour most of it out. Leave about
half or a third.
No, maybe like a quarter. Leave a quarter.
Leave a quarter.
So we're going to pour it in.
Okay.
Okay, that's right. Perfect. Just have about that much. When I scrape it down, it'll be.
I see.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Okay. Perfect.
Like that?
Yeah. Great job. Also, if you were to eat this raw, I know it smells great, right?
Wonderful.
If you were to eat it raw, we're going to stir this up and we're going to dissolve it. And you can see all these bubbles in there. That's a good sign too.
Yes. Okay.
So
Go ahead.
If we ate this raw,
Yes.
it would be a probiotic because they're active live cultures, right?
Okay.
But when you bake the bread, they don't stay alive, right? Though it's a prebiotic because it has fibers, grains, it has the components that the probiotic bacteria in our gut love.
Yes.
Okay, so now we have this beautiful frothy water and starter. Now what we're going to do is I pre-measured 4 cups of flour, which is 500 grams. In the recipe, it's in grams. Okay. So the equivalent is about 4 cups. Okay. So we're just going to pour it in. And this whisk here, it's called a Danish whisk. It's a must-have. I don't know why in America we weren't as smart to have this wonderful whisk. Our whisks get everything stuck inside.
Right.
So these are perfect.
Well, thank you
so
for
they
that
they mix really, really well.
Those Danes, they got things figured out.
Yeah. And it just glides through the dough and really helps. By the way, I love this bowl.
Wow, I know. Isn't it beautiful?
What kind of bowl is
That's
this?
a Salad Master bowl.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. I
Oh,
love it.
yeah.
Beautiful.
I hope you have one because they're going to stop making them.
Oh my gosh, that's not good. That's a beautiful bowl.
It is.
Okay, so we're going to just really blend this together. It's going to end up being shaggy. So you don't, at this point, you're not going to expect a smooth mound. You know, it's going to be a shaggy ball of dough. So just you get the flour really nicely incorporated in there.
I have this weird thing with flour. I can't touch raw flour. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, you have to. That's one thing you kind of have to do when you're making sourdough. Okay, so if you don't want to touch yours, we can just go on with mine.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to be brave.
Okay, so now we have a kind of a shaggy dough here. Okay, now this is where the timing of it comes into play. What we do here is we're going to add some salt. That should be fine.
Thank you.
Okay, and so then we're going to blend that really well as possible. Okay, once we have the salt combined, we're going to just cover it with a tea towel for an hour.
For an hour.
Just let it sit for an hour.
Plenty of time to dance in the kitchen
Yes.
while we wait.
What happens in the fermentation process is that wild yeast and the lactic acid bacteria are eating, per se, the gluten, the starches. I wouldn't recommend it for someone with celiac disease or a really severe sensitivity to gluten, though it does reduce it. So it makes it much more digestible. It's kind of like it gives your body a head start instead of giving it a hurdle to have to go over. And it's why we get that bloated feeling, because it takes our body time to digest those proteins. And because the acid, the bacteria and the wild yeast is eating it, it's done that pre-digestion for us.
Thank you, wild yeast and bacteria.
Right. Okay, so now we have this wonderful shaggy dough. It's an hour later, right? We just put the salt in an hour later.
An hour has gone by.
Yes. And what we do now is we start the stretch and fold process.
Ooh, okay.
So the
Yes.
the stretch and fold process helps to make that smooth, round dough ball that we're all used to seeing, right? So it's actually allowing us to incorporate gases into your dough. It's helping the gluten strand. The gluten, you know how it makes it nice and moist and stretchy, and that's why sometimes if you've tried gluten-free bread, it kind of falls apart because it doesn't have as much. So this is this process. So stretch and folding is you just grab from behind, and you're gonna pull it and kind of shake it.
Mine's a little sticky.
That's okay, mine is too.
Okay.
I wanted you to have it sticky because then we can't show it if it wasn't. So then we're going to rotate it a quarter, do it on this side, and then fold it back over itself. You can leave it in the bowl.
Leave it in the bowl.
Yeah. And then you're going to rotate the bowl, do this side.
Oh, I see.
You're going to shake it again and fold it over itself.
Shake and fold.
Yes, and then turn it. And so you're going to do a series of 4.
Okay.
Sometimes, I want to stretch it out a little bit, fold it over itself again. And what happens, it doesn't change so much this first time, but I'm going to set my alarm for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and do another set.
All right.
So you want to do 4 sets over the course of 2 hours. This is where the time management and sticking around makes a difference, because you can't leave it. In fact, yesterday I went to go get my hair done with my mom, and I had to take my dough to the hairdresser.
That's why you look so fabulous. You took your
I
dough
took my
to the
dough.
hairdresser?
Yes, and then in between while I was processing and stuff, I'm like, can I go do my stretch and folds? So you do have to really plan. That's the one thing about it. But I had no choice because, I had to be here today. After each set of 4, it's going to get smoother and smoother. So that's what the stretching, it's putting gas bubbles in, it's incorporating, just redistributing the bacteria, it's helping it to increase those gluten strands so it's stretchier, and so this will morph into a beautiful dough ball.
I love that. Okay.
Yes. So I also want to show you a few tools.
Okay.
The tools that I love to use I love a great dish towel, because the tea towels are what we do to protect the dough. So in between the stretch and fold, the set of 4.
Yes.
We're going to cover it. And this is just to eliminate any environmental things that, we want to keep it protected.
Yes.
I love these wonderful
Those are
lids.
so sweet.
These are available at the Filling Station Gift and Goods. And they're fantastic. I put it in the refrigerator. Yes, that's it could double as a hat. That would look good on you. So this goes in the refrigerator, and then that gives you some time, like a window of time. It slows down the fermentation when it's colder. Okay. So it goes in the refrigerator, and then you have up to 36 hours to bake it. Okay. So after you've done the sets of stretch and folds and it's nice and smooth, it still needs time to continue the bulk fermentation process, which is out on the counter. Okay, so you're going to actually form the dough in a tight ball, and you're going to put this on it again, and you're going to let it sit for another hour. Okay. So once it's ready, we dump it onto parchment paper. That's another thing that'll be your best friend. Parchment paper, or this, and you're going to score it. So you want to do it right out of the refrigerator. Even if you are going to bake it on the same day that you went through this fermentation process, you still want to stick it in the refrigerator for like half an hour so it firms up and you can score it. So the scoring, this is another tool that I feel is very essential. It's got a razor blade, and it allows you to score. So for instance, you can see this has an ear. It's not a really big ear, but some of them have real big ones, but it's too hard. I like it, I like it better softer. But you're gonna go about 1/2 inch in the raw dough. Okay. And then it creates a natural space for steam to escape. So you don't have just your bread exploding in the middle, right?
All right.
Yeah, and some people like to get real creative with their designs. Gotcha. I just like a good loaf of bread. So yeah. So we're gonna stick this here. This could be either parchment paper or this. And parchment paper also withstands the heat. Okay, so so you want to set your oven to 475 degrees. And you want to put your Dutch oven or your salad master.
Like 6 quart. This is a 6 quart.
It's a 6 quart. What do they call it? A pan? Just a pan? A roaster. Yeah. Okay, so you could use this. You're going to heat it up while the oven's preheating, so with nothing in it, because that's creating steam inside. You put it on, so rinse it with water inside first and then put the lid on while it's preheating. So it's nice and steamy in there. Oh, yeah, nice. Then you add this. I see. You put the lid on. Now, if you want to make sure we took the handle off of this because we weren't sure if it could withstand 475 degrees. So you want to make sure whatever you're going to be using, you can actually, you don't want to melt your handle, right? Okay. So then we put this in for 20 minutes.
I'm going to put it in.
So then after 20 minutes, don't forget to lower your temperature to 430. Otherwise, you're going to burn your bread. So then you take the lid off, and it's 25 minutes after that.
So I just did that. Shall we see if the bread is done?
I think it's done.
Let's do it.
Wow, it's like magic.
I know. Oh my goodness, look, it's perfect.
Beautiful. Wow.
We were just able to do this just now. It's
gorgeous.
Amazing. Look at that lovely loaf.
Okay, you're going to be tempted to cut into this immediately. Wait 1 hour. I can tell you it's worth it. Otherwise, you're going to squish, all that good, the holes that we like in sourdough bread. Yes. You want to give it an hour to firm up.
Yeah, well, wonderful. Thank you so much, Caprice, for introducing us to how to do this.
You're welcome. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more, reach out, and you offer workshops in Benicia and beyond.
I love to help people with the bread baking because this is something that you can, once you learn this skill, you are feeding yourself and your family really high quality bread that's better for your health for a lifetime. Right. So it's really an incredible skill to learn. It's worth it.
Yeah, and once you learn it, I'm sure it's second nature.
Then you can eyeball. You don't have to be perfect.
Wonderful.
It takes time, but it's easier. It takes time, but it's an easy process once you get it down.
Yeah. And with that, let's remember that you don't have to be perfect. Take your time. Going slow allows things to ferment, to transform, and sometimes that's where the magic happens. Yeah. Thank you. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show. I'm so glad to have you on.
It was so awesome. I loved it.
the joy, it's all so cheesy.